Hi, this is Gentry Nixon, and this is my electronic portfolio for my practicum experience for this year. My table of contents, a little bit about me. I've been teaching for 15 years, and for the last 7.5 years I've been at McPherson High School. I teach English, college-bound mainly, and AP Literature, as well as developmental English. I'm the department chair, the head cross-country coach, an assistant track coach, and the student council sponsor. My husband Nick and I have been married for 12 years, and we have 2 kids, TJ, who is almost 9, and Taylor, who will be 5 in a few days. My goals for this experience were to gain practical experience as a building leader, to gain a new perspective on what goes on behind the scenes of administration, to learn more about my own leadership strengths and weaknesses, and to fully prepare myself for a career in building leadership. My objective for this year, in keeping with my school's focus on citizenship, college, and career readiness, my objective was to develop PLC time to focus on data-driven decision-making to help our students be more successful in our C3 program. My leadership philosophy. I've always believed that all students can learn and be successful, and I think that's why I've really connected over the last couple of years with the ISLIC standards. They all center around an educational leader promoting the success of all students. And while as I'm writing this, I'm not sure this constitutes an actual philosophy, I know that it will remain my personal goal and my professional goal as an educator and as a future educational leader. If I never lose focus of that goal, then I know I can be a leader worth emulating. Hi, my name is Gentry Nixon, and this is my electronic portfolio for my practicum experience this year. My table of contents. A little bit about myself. I've been teaching for 15 years. I've been at McPherson High School for about the last 7.5 years. At McPherson, I am an English teacher, teaching primarily college-bound English, AP Literature, and developmental English. I'm also the department chair, the head cross-country coach, an assistant track coach, and the student council sponsor. My husband and I have been married for almost 12 years, and we have 2 kids, TJ, who will be 9 in June, and Taylor, who will be 5 in just a few days. My goals for this experience were to gain practical experience as a building leader, to gain a new perspective on what goes on behind the scenes of administration, to learn more about my own leadership strengths and weaknesses, and to fully prepare myself for a career in building leadership. My objective over the course of this experience, in keeping with my school's focus on citizenship, college, and career readiness, my objective was to develop PLC time to focus on data-driven decision-making in order to help our students be more successful in that C3 program. My leadership philosophy. I've always, since being a first-year teacher, I've always upheld the belief that all students can learn and be successful. And I think that's why, over the course of the last 2 years, I've really connected with the ISLIC standards. They all center around an educational leader promoting the success of all students. And while I'm not sure this constitutes a philosophy, I know it will remain my goal as an educator and as a future educational leader. If I never lose focus of that goal, then I know I can be a leader worth emulating. This is just a quick screenshot of the activities log that I kept for myself. I had a total of 160 plus hours over the course of the school year, starting in August and ending in May. 5 elementary activities that I did. I was the pronouncer and judge for the building spelling bee at Eisenhower Elementary. I attended a Lincoln PTO meeting, a very interesting problem-solving meeting at Washington Elementary. I got a lot out of this meeting. It was this is a process that they have when they're first starting to identify behavior issues or other types of issues with elementary school children. I also monitored and pronounced at the county spelling bee. and I was a supervisor at the Eisenhower Music Program. My district activities that I attended a board retreat, which is a little bit different than a board meeting. This just involves the board, the superintendent, and any other people who have information to present. It's not open to the public, and it's more of a meeting to prepare for the formal board meeting. I was a member of a challenge book committee. We had a book challenged at the high school this year. The committee, though, was a district level committee made up of parents of all ages of students, the curriculum coordinator, the librarian, the principal, and myself. And we all read and reviewed the novel and discussed the measures that should be taken. For the record, we did not believe that the book should be removed. Another district activity was to present at a board meeting. I presented information on the big event, which is our Community Service Day. I also stayed to witness special recognitions that were being done for elementary school children. I also did data analysis for our district level data analysis in our PLC meeting. This was not just achievement data, this was demographic data and perceptual data and other forms of data like that. And finally, I attended a budget meeting with the associate superintendent, and he discussed with me how actually formulating a budget and upholding a budget within a district actually operates. At the building level, I was a basketball referee coordinator. I organized the school-wide canned food drive for the National Day of Service. I attended an activity budget meeting with the athletic director where we discussed how activity funds were made and allocated. I worked as an open gym administrator throughout the winter. I supervised a band concert as well as other concerts along the way. I attended an evaluation meeting. This was interesting because it was for a veteran teacher, and the teacher in question is actually piloting a new process for evaluation. Then after that, the principal and I sat down and we did a comparison of the two evaluation processes. And we discussed the similarities and the differences and why he's actually implementing a new process. In our PLC time, we looked at achievement data and discussed different curricular changes that needed to be made, as well as ones that we had already made and the type of impact that they had. I attended an expulsion hearing for a high school student. The hearing was to determine whether or not his behavior was related to his special ed disabilities. I organized department meetings on our collaboration days. On the one in question, we discussed the potential teaching schedule for next year, as well as any needs that we would have in our classrooms and in our department. I did an hour of ISS supervision. I organized part of a staff development meeting. My part was to discuss the big event with the staff in order to just make them aware of what was going on, and also to give them an opportunity to give feedback and to make some choices about what they were going to be doing. I was a part of the interview team for new English teachers. I developed the teaching schedule for the English department for the 2013-2014 school year. This schedule is based on enrollment numbers as well as the discussions that we had had in March regarding what teachers wanted to teach. And finally, my final building activity was I organized the big event. This is our school-wide community service day, where we get about 700 students, and they're in groups of 8 to 15 out in the community doing community service for the day. We had 49 different locations set up and meals organized and transportation organized. As a follow-up to this, I will say that for the first time in 3 years, we actually had to cancel our big event day because of the crazy weather that we've been having. In my summary reflection, in the exploration stage, I was initially really excited about the prospect of this experience. I was also concerned with the time. I have a very busy schedule. I coach 2 sports, working on my own classes, and I'm a mother and a wife, and I was truly afraid that I would have a difficult time making it through the school year. The explanation stage of this, I was pretty correct in both sides of that. It was exciting to work and act like an administrator. It really did reinforce that feeling that I was on the right path. However, this was a very difficult year for me. I had a hard time finding balance with the coaching schedule, my teaching schedule, my master's schedule, and my family. And there are times, I think for me, I'm pretty sure that I am Wonder Woman, but this year proved to me that I'm not. In conjecture, I think the question for me is, why did I do this to myself? Why didn't I take a little bit more time and make things just a little bit easier on myself, my family, my students, and my athletes? The analysis side to this is, I know I'm very competitive, and I know I can do anything I set my mind to. I rarely fail when I set out to accomplish something, so I think I was trying to prove something to myself or maybe to others. I'm honestly not certain about this. In the analysis phase, I'm still convinced I can do anything. However, this year has really driven home the importance of balance. I feel like my family has paid a price for my drive to succeed. I never felt successful in high school and college. It wasn't until I became a teacher that I truly felt like I found where I belonged. I could make a difference. I've grown as an individual through my education as a teacher. The knowledge and confidence I've gained over the last 15 years are what brought me to this point. I'm now the product of being a teacher. This is what I will take into building leadership. I have a passion for education, my students, and my own. It's a passion born of teaching, and it's a passion that will drive me as a building leader. Here is the first page of my annotated bibliography, the second page, the third page, and the fourth page. And here's my summative evaluation form. Overall, I really enjoyed this experience. I really enjoyed the program as a whole. This experience over the course of the year, though, did teach me that I do think I'm on the right track. I think I have a future in administration, and I think I have a lot to offer. And I believe that my experiences over the course of this year reinforced that. Thank you.